these examples of rapid, expedited creation of matter may lead to the exploration of the idea that mass creation could have happened less than 13.8 billion years ago. And by that logic, the creation of the cosmos could have happened in less time than the cited 13.8 billion years. However, the infinitesimal age of the universe, although opaque, is hard to refute whether one believes in the Big Bang or not. There must have been a point in space-time before the concept of singularity. The question comes to mind, in what dimensions would the observation of singularity be in? Could you have a dimension before the three dimensions of space and one of time in which the Big Bang was said to be created in? Would those dimensions be still in existence today? There is ongoing debate in the idea of the events after singularity to encompass our universe that leads both theologians and scientists to the question, was the cosmos, including Earth, created in long or short periods of time? Having believed both young and old Earth universe theories at some point in my life, I've come to the conclusion, at least for the purposes of this paper, that number one, judging by the lack of evidence in radio and TV waves not showing a predicted redshift, therefore galaxies may not be moving away as cosmologists suggest. It seems that the Doppler effect does not apply to waves and hence starlight, removing the largest piece of evidence for old Earth approximations. Number two, the fact that the distance judged by light speed is inaccurate and is slower than the current speed of light in constant and inertial frames in its application to starlight. This leads to the belief and thought that the distant galaxies are not as distant as one would expect. Number three, the fact that vibrations have the ability to quickly turn into matter and do not need millions of years to form from superstrings. The young Earth hypothesis has the most evidence for argumentation, but yet it is still unproven. The true nature of the cosmos and exploration of the vast nature of it is something that is exciting to me. The conclusion of my argument in this topic is that the suspected age of strictly matter could be younger than current cosmological theory predicts. Another example of why a younger Earth postulate could be possible is looking at the idea of technology and humans' proclivity for creating inventions such as the enhancement and modification of the cell phone. It seems like we have grasped and exponentially created such a different technological society than the one 10 short years ago. 10 years is a mere snapshot compared to the 13.8 billion years the universe has been in existence, said by cosmologists. That is 0.00000072% the expected age of the universe. There's a great deal of information, papers, and arguments from the scientists refuting this young Earth claim, most notably the cosmic microwave background radiation left over from the Big Bang. Mass creation applications. Mass creation can be used in many different applications. One such is in the medical community to cure cancer. Medical providers could replicate a series of waves turning into particles of metallic mass. These particles would heat in reaction to radio waves in a specific spot in the tumor cell. The activation of certain waves, such as radio waves, which could easily pass through the body and not be detected by the patient. The wave would heat the alloy in the tumor, destroying the cellular structure of the tumor. Also, understanding and synthesizing vibrations and matter could have applications of aiding protein growth by creating the amino acids for man-made vibration structures by mass creation. Proteins are made up of hundreds of smaller units called amino acids that are attached to one another by peptide bonds, according to Khan Academy. The creation of proteins synthetically could have far-reaching effects by synthesizing proteins and creating hemoglobin in red blood cells to help in oxygen transport. Also, could be used for specific performance of creating protein structures that help cure patients of ailments. Lymphocytes are divided mainly into B and T cells. B lymphocytes produce antibodies, proteins, gamma globulins that recognize foreign substances, antigens, and attach themselves to them. Chemocare.com. Gamma globulin, a class of globulins in blood plasma of humans and other mammals that function as part of the body's immune system and include mostly antibodies. Wikipedia. With the concept of mass creation, we can create these gamma globulins in massive quantities as antibodies in the body itself, when and where needed to destroy all antigens. Another avenue of exploration to create mass from vibrations, if the higher dimensional math is correct, then one could, through supersymmetry, achieve matter and antimatter coupling, creating the necessary structure for elementary matter. Another application is if one could simulate the force of magnetism with copper materials to simulate levitation and some sort of electricity in the ether with no magnetic materials on ground used. Our society would be able to make vast improvements in aeronautics. Self-propulsion with the perpetual fuel will allow us to explore deep space without running out of energy. A magnetically propelled spaceshift could be used to transport resources to deep space to feed and replenish astronauts in space to continue their journey of exploration. In the realm of energy production, the machinery that produces and self-induces electric charges that could perpetually run applications for an indefinite amount of time without the need for fuel. This application of perpetual fuel through magnetic charges could be used to replace all machines and generators that run on fossil fuels, reducing our carbon footprint and closing down operations that are harmful to our planet, such as coal and oil. Exploring the realm of massive scale mass creation, there could be a hidden DNA for all the particles of matter in the early universe. From this DNA-like substance, a set of vibrations that become a creation of atomic structures and elementary products we see today. An attempt to understand automatic frequency patterns that were possibly sent into existence from separate intermediaries or automatically in space using vibrations and creating the material world around us. These implicit characteristics would have been copied and transferred in an automatic self-propagating way. Similarly, how DNA is replicated, creating the cosmos quickly, many particles at a time. There is also room in this theory of a large magnitude of atomic matter being created exponentially, all at once, filling the cosmos, making up the heavens and matter we know of today. This theory is substantially similar to a copy and paste function for nuclear fusion for the cosmos. In the universe, there are few less important pursuits than successfully identifying a concept in which one could not divide to fewer parts. A part of a part that is fundamentally indivisible and unique all its own. In particle physics, this concept was previously thought of as atomic theory, but now we are entering into the realm of superstring theory. These fundamental vibrations of superstring matter amass energy enough to fuel the elementary matter that freezes them indeterminate of temperature. The vibrations that make up all the litany of forms of collection of particles that make up the stars, planets, air, plants, and animals, along with the genetic makeup. These vibrations can be broken down to different oscillating patterns that make up everything we know and see of today, from the chemical makeup of serotonin and dopamine to axioms and dendrites in our brains. These vibrations are literally all of our consciousness.